There are three things one can watch forever: fire burning, water flowing, and Henry Cavill being Henry Cavill. It doesn't matter whether he's shirtless or in a tight Superman suit. If only you knew how many would love to be in the arms of this charming man. But Henry, he's a different kind of player. What kind? We'll find out in this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and get ready to take a look at Henry's naked soul.
I'm like a greased pig right now.
A sexy greased pig.
The fact that Henry Cavill transformed from a chubby child into the dashing Superman makes hearts flutter. Even though he was active in sports at school, Henry struggled with his weight and faced bullying because of it.
Fat Cavill was the actual name. But you know what? I was fat, and my name was still Cavill then, so it was a fairly fitting nickname. Cruel, but kids are cruel.
Meeting Russell Crowe at State College, where Cavill studied and where the opening sequence of The Proof of Life was shot in 2000, was life-changing for 16-year-old Henry. Russell not only signed a card for Henry, writing the words, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," but also revealed to him an insight that Cavill remembered even after 12 years had passed.
I said, "Really? What did I say?" And he said, "Well, you said they pay you pretty well, but they treat you like shit." And I said, "Yes, Henry."
Since then, playing sports games has faded into the background, and another way of playing has taken the main place in Henry's life. This time it was acting, and the rules of this game were much more complicated. His first notable appearance on the screen was in The Count of Monte Cristo, but for a long time it would not bring him anything useful in terms of acting career opportunities.
When you get thrown out into the big wide world, and especially in the acting world, you have to accept knockbacks an awful lot, and everything feels like a judgment of your ability and character.
The Bond screen test was a turning point, landing Henry a feature in Variety and catching the industry's attention. In 2005, he went head-to-head with Robert Pattinson for the role of Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but didn't get the part. The next level in this game was even more difficult. For the role of James Bond in Casino Royale, he competed against Daniel Craig and Sam Worthington, but once again, he didn't win. Rumors circulated that Stephenie Meyer, author of the Twilight Saga, envisioned Henry as Edward Cullen in the film adaptations, but we all know who ultimately landed the role.
It wasn't up to her. And instead, a very talented actor played it instead.
Wow. Who will remain nameless.
These kinds of games deeply frustrated Henry. He decided to give acting a bit more time, and if it didn't work out, he'd seriously consider returning to his original plan of joining the military. Obviously, the higher powers could not simply afford to have this handsome man waste his looks on merely marching in a military formation, so in 2007, Henry finally landed one of the main roles in the Showtime television series The Tudors. In women's arms with a glass of wine, and through numerous sex scenes, this guy was finally noticed for real, and that's when it all started. Was this the kind of game he truly wanted? You'll find out soon.
It's a wonderful dream job, and it's exciting to act.
Henry certainly loves his job. His filmography is as diverse as the characters he plays and the movie genres he explores. Yet, somehow, he often portrays a similar image in each film. The suave Brit, a muscular figure with perfect cheekbones and steel abs. Could this be a case of typecasting like Sydney Sweeney? Check out our video about her for comparison. But no, Henry has always been captivating, even before The Witcher entered his career.
I played the games. They released a game called Witcher 3. Played that game to the death.
What's the link between this game and his acting? Henry discovered the film adaptation of The Witcher game and met the showrunner, only to learn it was actually based on books. Determined, he set his sights on the role of Geralt. That day, his inner child beamed with genuine joy.
I realized I was missing out on a whole world of this stuff because I've been into the fantasy genre since I was a kid. Since before I could read, my dad was reading me fantasy books.
Before The Witcher, he was like a child in a room full of toys, yet he found nothing that truly excited him that much. The role of Geralt marked a turning point in his career, dividing it into a before and after. It reshaped his acting skills, aligning with his love for the fantasy genre and a game he knew intimately. For Henry, no comic book hero or superhero role could match this.
I'm a big gamer. I've played the games a lot. Many hours put into those.
Think about it. If superheroes are just regular folks by day, transforming into heroes at night, Henry flips the script. By day, he's Superman, The Witcher, Sherlock Holmes, a spy, a detective. But come evening, he's just a regular guy, totally obsessed with video and board games.
I was very, very passionate about the games. I did play them a lot, and every time I played the games, I just thought, I really hope they make this into a movie or a TV show or something.
Well, it looks like some universe out there has been listening. In the upcoming Warhammer Cinematic Universe, he will play one of the main characters, and will even become the executive producer of the project.
There are a lot of characters from the Warhammerverse, the universe that I want to be, but I can only really be one, because once I'm one, then I can't be others.
This guy in his 40s is a gamer through and through. During the pandemic, he even built his own gaming rig. He's also into gluing, painting, and collecting Warhammer figurines. Curious about what he does with them?
Then you put them together in little armies and you fight against someone else's army. It is fun.
Oh,
I mean,
very
it sounds
fun.
ridiculous, but it is
Yeah,
fun.
no, toys, very good fun.
Henry's interest in games seems to trump his interest in romance. There were even whispers about him being gay. But his dating history tells another story. From a Tudor hairstylist, Susie Redman, to actress Kaylee Cuoco, former MMA fighter and actress Gina Carano, Bristol University student Tara, and stuntwoman Lucy Cork. He was even engaged to English showjumper Ellen Whitaker for 3 years. Alas, it wasn't meant to be.
There is obviously a flip side to fame. As soon as I get into a relationship, a slew of hate is directed at me as well as a girl.
Maybe we shouldn't blame the fame here, but Henry's somewhat childishness and infantilism, which is behind all these video games and figurines from a fantastical realms. After all, come on. What kind of girl wants to be in a relationship between the three of them, when it's her, him, and his computer, especially when she's not #1 priority in the situation?
Let's talk about what you guys personally geek out about. Henry, let's start with you.
Specifically which universe, or just...
I mean, just anything.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
How long have you got?
But hey, maybe Henry's learned a thing or two from his past romances. He's been in a steady relationship with TV executive Natalie Viscuso for 2 years now. We're all for their happiness, but the real test might come when he dives into shooting and producing for the Warhammer Cinematic Universe. It's easy to get lost in those vast imaginary worlds, especially for a gamer like Cavill. His life is like a game, with each level more challenging than the last.
Warhammer 40,000. That is my jam.
We're not knocking Henry for his lifelong love of video games. That's just who he is. He's a big animal lover, and even works to protect them as an ambassador for the Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust. No scandals or accusations mar his record. He's not only a talented actor, but genuinely a good guy who's kept his inner child joyful in a healthy adult's body. He seems pretty content with life, and honestly, we're happy for him.
Even your most conservative of negative assumptions about both my personal and professional life just aren't true. I'm very happy in love and in life. I'd be enormously grateful if you were happy with me.
If Henry ever tires of immersing himself in these fictional universes, he's always got the option to switch gears and create new worlds himself.
That chandelier looks like a Blackstone fortress. And I know that no one on set would have got that. And so I have been biting my tongue about that, so I don't sound like too much of a crazy
You're in the
person.
right place at WitcherCon to say that. You found your people, my friend.
Exactly. The key is keeping Henry's inner child joyful, and it's often when you're true to yourself that you attract like-minded souls. Let us know in the comments whose naked soul you'd like us to explore next.